Good morning. So, ever wake up to a big puddle in the yard and you realize that you have a broken water pipe outside, and here's what you can do to fix it. Those are the hoses that were attached, where the tree from the storm came down. I started digging it out here. Point is to get to the main water line that's coming in, and my goal is just to put an elbow on it and put a pipe coming up, a riser with a hose spigot on it, so that I can still have water out here. So I'm gonna keep digging till I get to the main pipe that's gonna be probably on a T attached to that pipe that's going down into the mud there. And there's really mean biting red ants here, and so it makes it a little difficult, but you just keep moving. Okay, so I should have got a video of the kids digging it out. Jake and Emily did the deed, so I got some parts, but not all the right parts, so I have to go get a part. I think maybe there's a part right here I could use. Old part. It's pretty bad. Might try it. Okay, so you need a big hole. About, if the pipe like this was about 1 foot deep, but you have to dig about a 3-foot round hole around it to get to able to get under it to clean it and cut it. And so yeah, these guys are still biting. Rats. So stay tuned. So luckily here in Quartzsite we have Big Market. Thank you, Richard. Runs a great little shop here. Always has what I need at the moment. So I got just a riser, a plug, and some pipe tape in case I can't find mine, because I figured if I get home and can't find my Teflon tape, that's a problem. So hopefully that's all I need. I have a T, that's what I got the plug for. T's threaded on the middle, so that riser should screw right in, and then I have a threaded coupler and a threaded valve spigot. So hoping for the best. Here we go. It's only 97 right now, so hopefully get this done before it gets too much hotter today. So we've been having some pretty heavy storms here about every other day. So this is my road home, and it has some washes that go through it, and so when it rains a lot, it's a lot of mud in the road, and so they come out and they scrape it, brush it, sweep it. Apparently they had to fix something over here. Some broken thing. That's TDS. They're the internet guys, so. Anyway, what I was gonna say about the pipes is that whenever you're fixing a broken pipe, it's always sort of a puzzle, and I always get confused on the pipe size. I think it's 1/2 inch, and I think it's 3/4, and I go back and check and it's half, and then to figure out all the fittings that you need to fit together, whether they're threaded or glue on slip fittings, or whatever you figure out you need to use, you just have to make sure you get all the right parts when you go to the store, because usually plumbing repairs take 2 or 3 trips to the hardware store. So luckily I only live 2 miles from town, 1.8. It's about 2 miles to the big market, which is nice. But so we're gonna cut that pipe, we're gonna clean it, maybe use a little sandpaper to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then we already have some PVC glue. We have the purple primer and the red hot blue glue, which is what I like to use on Schedule 40 high pressure PVC pipe. So a fun little drive to my house here. You can see these green street signs. This is Camel, and then the last street sign is mine. So if you see the last green street sign, that's where you turn. It's Pyramid. And I'm gonna go fix this leaky thing so we can turn the water back on and flush the toilets. See, there's my cute little house right there. There's my neighbors. They aren't here because it's 100 degrees out. That's where it is. 163. Okay, so I was just going to show you, here's all my parts. I have a T, the plug's going to get glued in there. And then I have a spigot for the hose bib. And then this is the adapter. So I was just going to show you, this is called pipe tape. It's not called plumber's tape, that's a metal strip with holes in it. So when you wrap the tape around the threads, you want to do it the same way that it's going to screw in so it doesn't unwrap your threads when you screw it in. So that is going to turn this way, and so it goes this way, okay? And you just go, whoops. I don't know if you can see that. I think I have my thread upside down. Here we go. So, you see that? There you go. So you just kind of keep it tight and go around a couple layers over the threads, and that keeps it from leaking. And then, oops, when you get enough on there, you just pull it real tight and then push those down. So that way, when you have a threaded piece to screw it into, and I'm actually going to get out my channel locks and tighten all my fittings up because I'm not very strong and things tend to leak when I tighten them up. So threading on very easily. I don't know. The threads are bad on this T maybe because I just bought this riser. Shit. Alright, well, I'll try to get it all screwed on there. When you're threading something on, if it's not going on straight, you turn it back, unthread it, and then do it again. This isn't working though. I might have to go buy a new T, darn it. Alright. Let's see if I can get it to go in this one. Yeah, it must be that T is bad, so I'm going to get my channel locks and tighten this all up, but that'll go there. Put more thread pipe, Teflon tape on here, and then put that in there. That'll be my spigot, and it's an 18-inch riser, so it's going to go in there, plug the end of the pipe, and that's going to come from the main water source. So a little more work, almost there. So obviously I didn't need to buy more pipe tape, thread tape, or Teflon tape because, go on kitty, there's two of them here, the other one's still in the garage. So I said I was going to grab my channel locks to tighten this up. I meant to say I was going to grab the pipe wrench or monkey wrench as well, because this will hold this slippery pipe in place while I tighten the other fittings. So I obviously have some good help here. Plenty of help. So anyway, here's my cute little water spigot for my hose to go outside. It's a little weird angle, but I didn't worry about that. I could have bought some elbows or something. Here's a dog. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and then we're gonna go glue it together. I found a little rag here. Have some sandpaper around here somewhere. And then we'll go turn the water back on and flush the toilets. Yay. All right, so got the old part cut off. Handy dandy little tiny hacksaw. And pouring some water out, so I'm gonna help it drain and wait for it to be done dripping. So here's the things you want to use on a PVC that has a lot of pressure in it. You use this primer and then this Red Hot Blue Glue. Don't go all crazy and you glop it on there. I'll show you how to do it. Just one gentle smear. Look at these ants, they're crazy. They want to eat me. Okay, so I have brought a piece of sandpaper. So I'm gonna use this receiving blanket I have here, dry it off, sand off. See all those little barbs on it? Wait, let's see if you can see that. See that little edge there? It won't slide in to this nicely, so that's what the sandpaper's for, and to clean off all the old dirt and crust off the old pipe so the glue sticks good. And I'm gonna glue the little plug in the other side, and then a piece of rebar around here somewhere from the old riser that I'm gonna pound something back in to support this stake. I'll probably find a bigger pole, zip tie it to it. Look at how pretty. Little barrel cactus has the prettiest little flowers on it today. Okay, there you go. Sure, you can see from there. I'm just gonna take my rag, get the ants, and make sure this is clean. And then plug here, make sure that's clean. And I don't need to really bother sanding brand new parts. Could sand a little bit, but so you just go around a layer of the primer on both parts. See that or not? Just put it in the thing, and then take a layer of the blue, and you don't want this dripping and glopping all down the sides, just a nice even layer right on top of that primer. And again, on the other part you're gluing it to. And then when you put it in, you're just going to give it a push and a good turn. This is really gluey, it's going to get all over my fingers, so I'm just going to use this rag. Just give it about a quarter turn when you push it in. And that was a little too much glue on there, but it did good. And then this is still dripping, so I'm just going to give it some time because you do not want water mixing with your glue. So hopefully it's not my main shutoff valve. Maybe I'll go open another valve somewhere and let the water drain out. Anyway, always close your lids because I swear these things will spill. And we're almost done. Okay, so I got it glued on upright. I have the pipe kind of propped up. I had to dig it out a little bit more and lift it up so the water would stop dripping out while I did it. So now you just wait about 30 minutes and I'm gonna go turn the water back on and hopefully I won't have a drip. If I have a drip, start over basically, but hopefully there won't be a drip. And I'm gonna get a fence post and put it in and zip tie the riser to it so the spigot doesn't get pulled out from the hose. And then I guess we'll try to fill this hole back in. I kind of used the dirt to cover up the dog poop. Look at this huge rock we got. Huge. Really big. Anybody need a rock? So, I just went and shut off that other spigot that I had opened, And I read the instructions again on the Red Hot Blue Glue because it may have been 27 years since I read it last time. And one thing it said is put an extra coat on of glue. Here's my main water. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to go check it out. So it says to put a second coat. Oh dear, that's bad. I don't know what that is, but it's spraying. So let me see what the fuck that is. Oh, it's, you know what it is? the valve's turned on. The spigot's on. So when I turned it on, it shot water up. So I'm gonna go. Now I can't check for my drips. I'm gonna have to let it dry for a minute. I brought a paper towel, check for drips, but obviously I just flooded it. So yeah, let's just turn that off and try that again. At least it wasn't as bad as I thought. Anyway, the glue says to let it sit undisturbed for 10 minutes, and then it says it'll get its full strength in 24 hours. I thought it was 30 minutes or 2 hours if you could afford the 2 hours before you turn the water on, but I can't afford any more hours, so hopefully the 10 minutes they say, it's been about 45, so I usually let it sit about a half an hour before I... Okay, here we go. Let's see. Hope for the best here. Hello? I do have a lot of water pressure here, so hopefully it will be good. I was going to wait so I could check for the drips, but I think it's so dry and hot out I can probably just dry it off and double check it. So we got about 2 inches of rain here last night. Every time we get a storm, this poor tree loses a bunch of branches. But the tree's dripping. That's what's happening here. So get that water out of the top there. Dry this off. It doesn't look like we have any sort of trouble at all. Get a dry part of this. And just make sure it's all dry. We're fine. We don't have any issues. We don't have any leaks, hopefully. Feels dry. Feels dry. I'm confident. Go ahead and put it back in the ground. I'll probably put a rock. What rock should I use? This one? Put a rock under here. Give it a little support, a little moral support. And then we'll pack that dirt back in and probably not leave that rock there because it might break the pipe. So I'll probably just pack some dirt under it and yeah, we're good. No leaks, right? Nothing's leaking. Everything's nice and dry. I'm sure everything's as dry as I think it is. I'm pretty sure though, but we did have a geyser happen. Anyway, there it is, all done. Just clean up now. Try to level out the dirt and obviously need some new hoses. So yeah, guess we'll go flush the toilets and wash the dishes and start the day now that it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Awesome, thanks for sharing. Follow me for more recipes.